Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop Quick Tip. Today we're going to cover some of the new features that are found in the new version of Photoshop, version 24.0.0. And we're just going to continue on because we have covered some of the new things in previous videos, but we're going to pick on the ones we haven't covered before and just touch upon them. Okay, nothing is earth-shattering. Be honest, it's just nice to have little improvements for the most part. All right, so the first one is the removal tool. Okay, the removal tool we're all familiar with by now. It has, excuse me, it has the ability, and we could turn around and, we used to color in, right, what we wanted to remove. And then when we covered it in, Photoshop went ahead and removed it, which was fine. Now what they've done is they've tweaked it, so it's a little bit better, a little more intelligent. I can now go over and just, instead of having to color in the whole object, I just could turn around and outline it. Okay. And now it'll turn around and automatically fill it in for me and know that I want to replace the entire object. So that's a nice new little feature that they put into the removal tool. Let's see. Go to that. So next thing is we have in Camera Raw, which is, I covered this in Lightroom, but it's now available in Photoshop as well. We can go up to Camera Raw filter. And we have a panel here called Lens Blur. Okay, and they label it early access. They're telling you that, it's more or less still in a beta level release. But if you want to activate it, you just simply hit apply. It'll work, calculate for a little bit, and what it does is makes a depth map of this particular picture. And now you can blur the background however you wish. And the controls are very simple. You can take the blur amount. You can go all the way. You can check if you have bokeh in the image, what shape the bokeh is, okay? And you can also boost the strength of it if you want to come in and do that, okay? Then, lastly here, I talked to you about the depth map. That's a graphical representation of the foreground and background of the image, okay? And you can move and shape, okay, how the image is, okay? You can move it around. I can move the focus to the background, to the foreground, just by moving this graphical representation. Okay, so it's very self-explanatory. And again, the before and the after, okay? All right, so lens blur, and we apply. And there's the after and the before. Okay, next thing, okay, is they put in some things to, so you could identify who made the changes on a Photoshop file. I'm not going to cover that. It's basically Big Brother coming down the road. They want to control talk, communication, things like this. One of the biggest things that Photoshop is being used for is memes. And they want to shut those down, right? And they want to be able to prosecute people for making memes that go against the narrative. And so therefore now they're putting those features in so that Photoshop can turn around and then identify, okay, this is the changes and who did it. And so therefore we can prosecute whoever is on the meme making committee. So I'm not going to cover that, but it's available now in here, okay? And I'm totally against it. All right, so next, we're going to go into Adobe. We're going to go into the beta version, okay? So I'm going to come in and I'm going to open up the beta, and what's new here is minor. it's really not anything worthwhile covering, but I'll just briefly cover it. They put in new filters. You go up to filter, and you go into parametric filters, and then so they have these new filters, and you can go ahead and explore. You have oil painting, so forth, so on. Nothing that I would write home about. I'm not a big fan of filters, but maybe you are, and you find some of these new filters that are available in the beta version. And again, these are only available in the beta version at this time. So if you want these, you're going to have to go to your cloud subscription and download the beta Photoshop. So that's basically it. Okay, we've already covered the point color adjustment. We did that in the previous video, so I'm not going to reheat that here. But anyhow, like I said, the nicest thing is maybe the background blur and then the modification of the removal tool. Other than that, it's pretty much a very minor revision. So that's going to do it for me for this week, guys. Till next week, you guys take care.